It's nice to be here.
Aww, somebody.
I got here really early, so I had a lot of time to kill. But I didn't kill it. I just bullied it and destroyed its self-esteem. It'll kill itself later.
Woohoo!
I was born in Redwood City. I was born in Sequoia Hospital. That was at a time when it was still affordable to raise a family around here. Now it's so expensive to live here, even the San Andreas Fault is moving. I have Scottish roots, go way back. Not Scotch, no, Scottish. It's proper to say Scottish. Scotch is a beverage and nothing else, okay? So why they say Scotch tape, it's wrong. It has to taste like peat moss to be Scotch. Scotch tape doesn't taste like peat moss. How do I know this? Never mind. So why do we say lots of things? I don't know, a lot of screwy things. Why do we say tuna fish? What, so we won't confuse it with, I don't know, tuna birds? We don't say trout fish. We don't say cow mammal. Hey, if a cow self-identifies as an endangered Siberian tiger, is it still okay to kill it and eat it? If it identifies as a bald eagle, will it taste like chicken? Yeah, I'm a meat eater. I love meat. I love tri-tip. We get that from the Triceratops, you know. Little known fact. Anybody ever made the embarrassing mistake of thinking a doornail was dead when it was only sleeping? I once threw a bird at a pile of stones. I broke 2 of them.
Wow.
I tried drawing one of those third eyes on my forehead, but I kept messing it up. I couldn't see what I was doing. Hey, can I use a 3D printer to print another 3D printer? If I accidentally print a 4D printer, how would we know?
Right on.
I bought these shoes at a thrift store. Now that I've walked a couple miles in them, I feel qualified to judge the person who owned them before me. Do things ever get stuck in your craw? A lot of things have been stuck in my craw. Is there a way I can back flush it and change the stickum? Seems like it would be a standard maintenance item. My wazoo is pretty full too. Anybody help me with that?
I got that one.
Would it be the ultimate irony to be struck dead just as I've developed a keen sense of irony? I bought a dream catcher, but it's a klutz. It keeps fumbling my dreams and getting all tangled in the fences. I keep finding my dreams all over the ground, all stepped on. I bought a bunch of Monsanto GMO wheat product, ate it all, then I had sex with my girlfriend. The sex was extraordinary, so I don't know what the fuss is. I'm in favor of genetically modified orgasms. I took an online quiz to see if I had OCD. They would show me a picture of a bunch of neat books on the shelf, but one of them sticking out, and it would ask if that bothers me, and it did. And then it would show me a picture of a brick wall, and all the bricks are staggered, but one row is staggered wrong, and I'm like, oh, this just kills me. Turns out I have OCD. I've got bad obsessive compulsive disorder, but I don't believe I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I think I have obsessive compulsive order. If I had obsessive compulsive disorder, that would drive me nuts. Anyone ever had the bejesus scared out of them? What is a bejesus anyway?
You don't want to see it.
Do they come back? Can women have multiple bejesus? Sometimes I wrestle with my demons. Other times I snuggle with them. Have you ever hurried to turn off your microwave with only a few seconds left so you can pretend you're like defusing a bomb? Thank goodness for these people who, when you announce that you've misplaced something, ask, where was the last place you saw it? Because who'd have thought of looking there? Then there's the people who, when they find something they've misplaced, tell you it was in the last place they looked. Well, I sincerely hope so. Why would you find it and then keep looking? You know, English is a screwy language. You know, it's the only one of the Indo-European languages that doesn't use genders. You know, like Spanish uses, you know, masculine and feminine. El is masculine, La is feminine. Los Gatos is masculine, Las Vegas is feminine. And for those of you who don't speak Spanish and have always wondered, Las Vegas, that translates to the Vegas. But we don't use genders in English. I know there's publishers who pay by the word who wish that we did. That way they could pay 78 as much for a feminine word as they do for the masculine ones.
Whoa.
I'm a language lover, so I have some pet peeves. Well, they're not really pets. They're more like stray peeves that live in the neighborhood and come around looking for food. One is when people say, the reason is because. Actually, that's not right. The reason is that. Because means for the reason that. So if you say the reason is because, you're saying the reason is for the reason that. Expressed differently, the reason is that is that the reason is because means the reason is for the reason that. Got that? Then there's acronyms. People don't understand. An acronym is an abbreviation formed from the beginning components of a bunch of words, which is itself pronounced as though a word. NASA, for example, is an acronym. National Aeronautics and Space Administration, right? NATO is an acronym. SNAFU is also an acronym. But ACLU, for example, is not an acronym because we don't say ACLU, right? NAACP is not an acronym. Or maybe I'm just revealing myself as a closet reactionary, trying to keep the NAACP out of my WASP club. The one that really annoys me is the literally figuratively thing. You know, people tend to say literally these days when they mean figuratively. Like, dude, my head literally exploded. Well, no, your head didn't literally explode, dude, or your brains would literally be all over the walls, okay? Your head figuratively exploded. The way you set it up now, if you mean literally, you gotta say, dude, my head non-figuratively exploded. Who's the genius who decided that the plural and the possessive in English are both going to take S? That is asinine. You know what else is asinine? A foolish donkey. Okay, that was dumb. But did you know that the Japanese word umami is a portmanteau word?
Go for
I just
it.
threw that in to see if anybody's paying attention. Hey, how does every fairy tale that ever was begin?
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, that's right. Why do you take a positional preposition and bundle it with an abstract concept like time, only to have that not at all deepen or enrich the meaning of the word once?
What the fuck
And-
was that?
I said, why did you take a positional preposition and bundle it with an abstract concept like time? And what is
Right
a
on.
time anyway? Is that a box of time? Is that a pile of time? If I take enough time, release Tylenol, can I get back like 25 years? So I never did very well with the nursery rhymes either. You know, Jack Sprat, Jack Be Nimble, Jack and the Beanstalk. They were all a little bit too Jack intensive for me. Who is this guy Jack? But there was that one, Jack and Jill. Finally, we have another player, right? Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. But first of all, who goes to the top of a hill to fetch water? What, did somebody build a well up there? It's like, already I think this is completely unbelievable. But what really bothers me is, we know what happened to Jack. We know the injuries he sustained. They can't be bothered to tell us about Jill. The whole thing is just dumb and sexist. All right, anyway, that's all the time I have. It's been fun. Thank you very much.